Learning to get into a handstand against the wall can be very frightening at first, and that's completely understandable because your body weight is above your head, and your head is a very precious part of your body. Just learning to kick up to the wall, I've seen a lot of times people just attempt to go for it as hard as they can. And there's a problem with that because when you've never done this before, you don't know when your foot's going to hit the wall. And what ends up happening is when you have a surplus of power and you hit the wall, all that momentum stops and you crumble. We want to avoid this. Any scary situation when you're upside down is going to leave you a little bit traumatized. In order to forecast that issue, we are going to take this one small step at a time. Utilizing a box of any height, and for tall people, you may even need to stack up some plates to make this taller. We're going to create almost a hallway feel here. We want to have our hands on the floor with plenty of space in between, put our feet up as high as we need to in order to reach our foot to the wall to find the wall. That tactile feedback when you cannot see the wall with your eyes is going to help you know where its location is when you're upside down. Hands should be placed just a little ways away from the wall. We don't want them too close because we want to look at our hands, and when we look at our hands, that puts our head closer to the wall. So we want to scoot further away from the wall for that reason. But also, eventually, when you get to the handstand, if you do have bent knees, like we're going to learn the first time through, your knees will be sticking out that far. And if there's too much knee weight over here, that's leg weight, on that side of your hands, it's not going to allow you to prop yourself up into the handstand to hold. It's actually going to cause you to go up, and then the weight being greater on this side will pull you back down. We want to be able to get you into a full handstand against the wall and comfortably, and so that's how we're going to start, is with the hands further from the wall. Now, put your feet on the box and hands on the floor. The first thing you should do is to test to make sure that you feel comfortable, because this is a very small amount of space and it can kind of feel a little claustrophobic. We don't want you to feel uneasy, and so what I would like you to try to do when you get into this for your first time is hold the position, and when you need to, you come out of it, okay? We don't want to be under fatigue, because under fatigue means that we are feeling weak, and then when we're feeling weak, we get emotional, and then this becomes scary and not fun anymore. So we go feet on the box, hands on the floor, and we're going to hold that position first. Again, I'm keeping my hands just a little ways away from the wall. I've got the box placed maybe a little too close. I'll scoot that back just a bit so I can put my foot on the front corner. Now, I've got plenty of space. I'm going to hold this position looking at the floor, and now that I feel a little bit of fatigue, I want to hop off. The more times that you exit and you feel safe when you exit, the less scary this becomes. So anytime that you feel under fatigue or you just need a break mentally or physically, you just hop off the side. More times you do that, the more you realize that practicing handstands is a very safe thing. Second thing we want to do is we want to find a position with our foot into the air. Try both legs, and we're going to go from there. Hands on the floor, foot up in the air, and hold. Now I'm going to switch legs. Great. Again, hopping off whenever you need to. The next thing we're going to do is a little tiny hop with the foot that's holding us on the box. We're going to lift the other foot up. It doesn't have to go too high, but we want to feel a little bit of separation between our foot and the box. Again, the more times we do this and not die, the more comfortable we're going to be with doing this more often. So we're going to try it with both feet, little hops. Looking at the hands here and go hop, hop. Try the other leg. Once you have found comfort with this, we can move on to the next part. The next part is going to be putting the foot here and then trying to reach the back foot to find the wall. You're going to try it with a bent knee, because a bent knee will require less hamstring flexibility and your foot will reach the wall a little bit earlier than if you had straight legs. So I'm going to keep this foot planted on the box and reach the other foot, my back foot, toward the wall. Again, I'm going to go ahead and try both legs, and after this I may find that one leg is more comfortable and I stick with that. Looking at the floor, same position as earlier. Reach up, bend, there's the wall. Yep, left foot on the box is much easier for me to reach the wall with. Now this is also where you may need more plates. If you have limited hamstring flexibility or you're just quite tall, this is going to be a big stretch for you. We want to bring the height of the box top higher so you have less of a reach. That means less leg separation between the 2 feet. Now, I have found the wall without hopping, but I've also hopped. We're going to try, and this could take you a little bit of time, but we're going to try to include both of those into one movement where I'm going to find the wall and then do a little hop. Find the wall, do a little hop. And then we're going to start putting those two together. It's going to go off the box and find the wall. You'll see how this happens. It's a bit organic. First, find the wall, hop. Find the wall, hop. Now we find the wall and hop. And as I'm hopping here, I can start bringing that front foot further just by bending my knee and pulling it away from the box. Eventually, this is where we want to end up. Once you find that you can get into this full handstand by yourself, feel free to straighten your legs and feel what the full handstand looks like. Do not attempt to come back down to the box. Coming back down to the box from a full handstand position creates a lot of momentum. And so to be safe, to avoid hitting your shins on the edge of the box, we want to just exit via the sides. Once you have this, then you get more comfortable with it by going all the way up into the handstand, off the box, seeing if you can do it your first try, and then coming down. That is a huge step, so if you've got that, congratulations. We're gonna now lower the box. We're gonna keep the distance between the box and the wall approximately the same. I'm going to do it from this height. There's the box and the wall. Up, hold, exit. This is going well, so I'm going to put it down lower and go from here. Once eventually you get more comfortable, you're going to stack plates and get lower and lower and lower to the floor till eventually you're here on the floor, kicking up into your full handstand against the wall.